This framing system comprises of a galvanised pile that has been driven in to the soil, but as an added precaution and one of the stipulations of this particular site, they've concreted in these piles. The Clenergy framing is made of aluminium, so you've got this interface between aluminium and hot dip galvanised steel. This particular framing is not very forgiving if you don't get the height of the piles dead right. So you've got a little bit of flexibility here to get this beam in line. So what happens here with the aluminium, this is capped on top of this pile here, and that sits flush on top. So it's very important to get everything lasered out perfectly.
The racking system is an IXL made racking system. It's a racking system that's made specifically for what panel you choose to use. So you've got to mention to them what panel you're using. You've got to send them the data sheet with all the dimensions, and they will manufacture the racking to the panel that you're going to use. So you can't just use any panel. It uses like a little, they call it a clinch clip, and it actually goes on underneath the panel to the underside and clips the racking system to the panel. And it's also got little teeth and a spring to stop it from coming out, which locks it in place, and it also scratches the panel at the same time, earths the system as well.
Right.
So you can imagine sort of how quick it would have been putting this system up. You don't have to lift each panel into place, you can just slide it up the racking, and then you get behind it with a small sort of soft-headed hammer. You tap your 4 clips in for each panel and off you go.
And it's steel too, isn't it? It's all galvanised steel, is that correct?
That's correct. It's actually galvanised Bluescope steel, made in Australia, or at least the post and the grounder. I know the rest of it is galvanised steel.
And it'd be hot dipped, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be
it
rolled. The poles should be hot dipped because they're actually going to the ground.
IXL manufactured the racking. They engineered and manufacture it. So there's a little bit of tolerance for movement if it's required on site, because I guess you're never expected to get your posts perfectly aligned.
Yeah.
Yeah, they give you a tolerance of, I think, 25 millimeters per post. So 25 millimeters north to south. And then I think it was 50 millimeters east to west as well. They give you that tolerance, and generally the holes that they've manufactured come with like slotted holes just in case you need to make a little bit of movement.
Yeah, right.
But everything worked fairly well on this one.